Welcome to the Class of Kings. Hello, everyone. Good evening. All right, so welcome. Yeah, welcome to our grade 7 class. Actually, we are. So, as when you come from grade 6 to grade 7, Pute, the lessons are getting tougher. Words, so many words are there, difficult words are there, we have to explain. So, I will do everything in this class. That is why we have this class, right? To help you with everything. Okay, right. So let's get started with it. Okay. So in your history book, everybody got the textbooks with you, and I will give you a set of tunes. Okay. So you don't have to, like, you can read the textbook. You must read the textbook, and I will teach you how to take notes. And in the class, we don't write so much. Okay. What we do in class is we talk. We talk and we absorb. And from time to time, very important stuff, we take notes. And I will give you a set of tunes. So you can read the book and then you can read the tute. So you can read the book first to know what is there. And when you read the tute, you will remember the important things because all the important things will be there in the tute. Okay. That is how it will work. That is how the class works. And in the class, we will take some notes from time to time. The important points, we will make note of them. So keep a notebook with you. And then we will do some questions. Okay, from time to time we will be writing and answering some questions, so you improve your knowledge. Sometimes there will be small homework, not big homework, small homework. Then you have to, certain things you have to explain. Then you will improve your writing skills. This is something that is very important. When you go to grade 10 also, you need this skill improved. So from now on, I want to improve your skills in writing. Okay. So I can help you with that. I was an English teacher as well. So way back, but yeah, so but I can help you in many areas. I'm going to do that. So we're going to, together as a team, we're going to score more marks in our history exams. And then when you go to grade 10 and 11, you're going to be at a very good place. That is my plan for you. Okay. Everybody clear? Like we have 5 lessons this year. Okay. So let me go through these 5 lessons that we have, and we will start lesson number 1 today. Today is the first day, right? So today we are not planning to discuss so many things. Next week onwards, we will slowly get on track. So we have put the 5 lessons this year. The first lesson, anybody went through the textbook, at least the contents page? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first lesson is lifestyle of our ancestors. In this lesson, we will talk about how ancient people in Sri Lanka lived. So I'm going to give you a brief introduction about the syllabus, what we are learning, what we are going to learn this year. Okay, so first we need to know what we are supposed to do, right? Before we do. Yeah. So first of all, let's take a look at these lessons and what we have to learn, or what are we trying to achieve by learning these. Okay. Right. So the first lesson is lifestyle of our ancestors. Ancestors means the old people who lived before us, our family members or ancestors, like grandfather, like that. Oh, everybody kind of related to each other, right? In Sri Lanka, yeah. I mean, it's a small country, yeah. There will be some sort of a relationship in many people. Okay, we all look the same as well, right? So, lifestyle of our ancestors, how they lived in this country, what kind of activities that they did, how they produced food for their living, for eating, how they produced food, how they did the agricultural activities, what kind of things they made, like crafts. Okay, craft work as we call it. What kind of things they made, let's say using metal, using clay, what kind of tools and equipment and things that they made. And a little bit about our ancient culture as well, like how marriages took place, how funerals took place in the country, and how trade took place, how business was done in the country. Okay, how business was done, or how trade was done inside the country and outside the country, or within the country and with other countries. Okay, like we call it internal trade. That means business that we do inside the country, and we do external trade. That means we do business with other countries. Okay, yeah, internal and external trade. So trade means buying and selling goods. Yeah, that is called trade. In other words, business, literally. Yeah, simple word, business. Yeah, like buying and selling goods. Okay, so we will talk about that in the first lesson, right? So many things to discuss. We will go one step at a time. Then we are coming to a very important lesson, that is renowned kings of our country. Now we will learn about a few important kings in our country. There are many kings that you have to learn who ruled our country. There are literally about 200 kings who ruled our country. Okay. Yeah, like 185 important kings. Yeah. So out of that, you don't have to learn so much. This year we will learn a few. Okay. Yeah, very important ones, right? In grade 8, we will learn a couple of more kings, and then in grade 10, we will go on to learn. In grade 10, we have quite a few kings. So some kings are not here in your section. Some kings will repeat in grade 10 as well. And some kings are super important because of their great service. Here we will talk about a few kings like King Manavamma in Anuradhapura kingdom, King Sena the first, King Sena the second, and King Vijayabahu the Great, King Vijayabahu the first. Okay, King Vijayabahu the Great, we call him King Vijayabahu the Great. Why are we calling him great? I will tell you why when we discuss this lesson. And we will also talk about King Parakramabahu the first, another great king who ruled Polonnaruwa kingdom. King Vijayabahu the first is the one who started this new kingdom called Polonnaruwa kingdom after Anuradhapura kingdom. Okay. Then King Vijayabahu the first, King Vijayabahu the Great, in other words. And King Parakramabahu the first was another great king who ruled Polonnaruwa kingdom. Okay, we also call him Parakramabahu the Great. Okay, yes. Then we also have another important king in Polonnaruwa who was King Nishankamalla. King Nishankamalla, he actually was born in another country. Okay, he was born in Kalinga state in India, but he became a king in Sri Lanka because of the royal relationship he had with our kings. I will tell you how that worked when the time comes. So his service is also important because he ruled the country in a very difficult time. Okay, like we are having today, right? Today our country is in a very difficult situation. You might know this, or you might not know this. Do you know that our country is in a very difficult situation right now? Yeah, you know
Sure.
this, or you don't know this? Okay, of course you know this, right? Yeah. So there are good times and there are hard times. Okay. In the life also it's the same. In a country also it's the same. So every day are a singling can hamadama nattal ne. Right? Not every day is Christmas. So some days will be bad, some days will be good, some years will be bad, some periods will be bad, more challenges. Some periods will be good, everything is easy and smooth. Some periods will be, it's like a roller coaster, okay? Yeah, ups and downs, very common. So we also had our ups and downs in our history, right? In our past. So during a difficult time, King Nishangamalla ruled our country. We can say he ruled Polonnaruwa kingdom. So that is why he is included here. We can learn many things from their lives, how they faced these difficult challenges and how they managed the country, okay, in difficult times. So we can learn so much for our lives, right? That is why we are learning about these kings. Or otherwise, many students are thinking like, history, okay, old stories. What are we going to learn about these old stories and old kings and what they did? And no, they can be connected to our lives. And the same type of challenges we are facing today, the only difference is the time. The challenge is the same. Only difference is the technology is today advanced, science is advanced, and the country, the world is advanced. Nothing else. Challenge is the same. Okay. So we can learn so much from these kings, their lives, their actions, different historical events that took place during their times. Okay, we will connect them to our modern lives and see how we can face these challenges that we have today, taking example from those kings lives. Okay, right. Then in lesson number 3, Bude, our cultural heritage, we will talk about our cultural heritage, what precious things that we have in the country. Some sites, for example, some historical sites in our country are declared as World Heritage Sites. Sigiriya, for example. Okay, Sigiriya is the Sigiriya. You all know what is Sigiriya, I believe. So Sigiriya is a rock fortress and built by King Kashyapa, Kashyapa the first in Anuradhapura kingdom. Sigiriya is the most visited place in Sri Lanka today. Sigiriya is the most visited places. Every day, like you can see thousands and thousands visiting this place. After a long time, last day I got an opportunity during my vacation. I went to Sigiriya. So I went on a Monday. Okay, I thought Monday would be like a little calm without much rush, but oh my god, right? I was wrong. So even on a Monday, even on office hours, it was so crowded. Okay, especially tourists from other countries. Okay, so Sigiriya is a World Heritage Site. So many things to learn from this place called Sigiriya. The technology and everything. Super. There's something like, there's a lot of knowledge that you can get from Sigiriya. Scientifically, architecture wise, science wise, technology wise, we have a lot of things to learn from Sigiriya. So that is a cultural heritage. So the world has declared Sigiriya is not only Sri Lankan heritage, it is a world heritage. So it's a world property, not only our property. Okay. Our property, we can do anything with it, right? Now it is a world property. So even we want to destroy it, we can't. I mean, I'm not saying we have to, but like, it is very precious. So even if you want to do something with it, we have to get the approval from the world to do that. Why? Because it is declared as world property. Everybody in the world appreciates the place. So those kind of places will be learned in your unit number 3, our cultural heritage. So what important things that we have in the country, which is important not only to us but also for the whole world. Okay. Then lesson number 4, again a very important unit, because this lesson will repeat in grade 10 as well. Okay. Ruling centers of later periods. So if you learn it in grade 7, Pute, your grade 10 history is going to be very easy. Grade 10, you have lesson number 7, same to grade 7, lesson number 4, right? Ruling centers in later periods, a little bit differences are there, but the content is literally almost the same. Okay. So in this, if you learn these units properly, that's what I'm saying. If you learn these units properly in grade 7, the coming years are gonna be easy. Okay. Yeah, it's like you're building a house. When you build the foundation, it's easy to build the house. Like the house will be strong as well. So you got to build the foundation properly first. This is what we are doing in grade 7 this year onwards. We're going to build a strong foundation, so then building the house is easy. So going towards your dreams, O levels, getting good passes, that is your goal, right? This big exam is coming. The big exam called O level is waiting for you in 4 years. So you have to be ready for that now itself. Slowly, okay? Every day you do your work every day, finish your work every day, and you're gonna be there one day, right? 4 years is how many days? 4 years is how many days, Pute? 1,500, less than 1,500 days left. Okay, yeah, right. Okay, so ruling centers of later periods. Our first two kingdoms are Anuradhapura kingdom and Polonnaruwa kingdom. Those are the first two kingdoms in our country, and there were other kingdoms after the downfall of these two kingdoms. Okay, and we will learn in unit number 4 about those kingdoms. Okay, Dambadeni, Yapahuwa, Kurunagala, Gampola, Kotte, we will talk about those kingdoms. Okay, yeah, in order, right? And who are the kings who ruled those kingdoms? What are the important events that happened during those times? Will be discussed in those in that lesson. Okay, then in unit number 5, we will go. Now we were talking only about Sri Lankan history, right? And in unit number 5, we will talk a little about world history, okay, like you did in grade 6 as well. Grade 6 also there was a lesson, right? About these mummies and everything, yeah, in Egyptian civilization. So I also forgot. It's been a while since I taught grade 6, 2020, 2021 or something. That's when I last taught a grade 6 batch. Okay, so then we will now we 4 lessons we will talk about Sri Lankan history, about things related to Sri Lanka. But in the last lesson, we will focus our attention on the world history. Here we have 2 civilizations called the Greek civilization and the Roman civilization. Okay, so we'll focus on those empires, Greek Empire and the Roman Empire, and we will talk about great kings who ruled those and special events and things that were constructed during those times, and they will be learned in this lesson. Okay, so Greek civilization and Roman civilization both were in Europe, right? Both were in modern day Europe. You know, European countries are very developed today. So even the European history, European past, if the Europeans, let's say for example, I'm asking you, if you had a chance, if you have a time clock, like what do you call this, time traveling machine, right? Let's say you have a time traveling machine. Which era in the past you would love to go back to? Anybody?
Ancient Greek.
You wanna be born in Greek Empire? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, different opinions are there, right? Some of you want to be born in different countries. Some of you will be would like to be born in our country in another era, right? In the past. So for me, I will be going to Polonnaru. Oh, Anuradhapura. Okay, Polonnaru my favorite. Anuradhapura also, right? So I will be born in the Anuradhapura kingdom or Polonnaru. Yeah, I would love to, because those are considered, Anuradhapura and Polonnaru eras are considered our golden periods, okay, where we were very strong, right? We were very strong, we were respected, our kingdoms were strong. For example, Anuradhapura kingdom existed for about 1400 years. Polonnaru kingdom also like 200 years only, but yeah, I mean, it was strong as well at times. So similarly, if you ask the Europeans which era they want to go back to, they would say Greek and Roman era, because for us it's like Anuradhapura and Polonnaru. For the Europeans, it's the Greek and Roman era. That is their golden period. Okay, so everybody would love to go back to that period. Okay, so that is why those 2 civilizations are mentioned in your syllabus, right? Because they are the Europe's golden times. Okay, yeah, that is why you are learning a little bit about those, right? Okay, that is why they are mentioned here. Okay, so there should be a reason for everything, right? There's no smoke without a fire. So I will tell you why each and every lessons are put here and what we can learn from those. Okay, right. So let's get started, shall we? Yeah, a little bit today, right? I mean, now it's okay. Let's go for a short break. Let's get some water and be back before we start our lesson. I also need a small break. I've been talking continuously, so we will go for a 5 minutes break, and we'll be back, and we'll get started with unit number 1. Yeah, ancient lifestyle, our ancestors' lifestyle. Yeah, lifestyle of our ancestors. Yes, that's what's waiting for you. Any questions, Pude, up to now about the syllabus, about our plan, about
Excuse me,
me?
sir.
Yes, Pude.
Sir, is this lesson gonna be easy?
We are gonna make it easy, okay? Anyway, whether easy or difficult doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're gonna make it easy. Okay, don't worry. Yeah. I
Excuse
mean,
me,
you
sir.
got to work a little hard, right? I told you we're gonna work a little hard for the first few months, because once we fall on track, we call it like, once you crack the code, once you get the formula right, then you can work alone also. Okay, so my target is I wanna look, if you are here, I want you here, right? I will take you here, so you can learn alone. That is the
Excuse me,
plan.
sir.
Yeah.
Are we doing lesson 1 or 2?
Lesson number 1, Pute. Yeah, we'll start with lesson number 1. 5 minutes, in 5 minutes, okay? Yeah. So in lesson number 1, we will finish one part today, and the rest we can finish next week. Hopefully, next week we're going to finish a big part of lesson number 1. Maybe the full lesson also, I don't know. We'll see how it goes, okay? By the second week of February, we're going to finish lesson number 1, okay? Yeah. It's not a big deal, okay? We'll do it. Lesson number 1, we'll start today, and within the next 2 weeks, we're going to finish it, okay? Yeah, that's the plan. We got to set a goal first, right?
Excuse
Our
me,
target
sir.
is set. Yes.
So our midterm test is starting from a week.
In a week, okay. So I can't promise you anything for this week. Yeah. So you face the midterm test with whatever the knowledge you have, but the term test, right? We will go for a good target. Okay, Pute? Because we can't do everything in 1 week, right? Yeah. So you work hard for this week only, and you attend all the classes. Within 1 month or 2 months, you will be in a very good position. Okay, I can guarantee that. Okay. Any other questions, Pute, before we go for a short break? Miracles don't happen, right? I mean, if I give you a promise that we're going to cover the full syllabus in one month, it's not going to happen. Okay, let's talk practical. So if you have your tests coming next week, I cannot help with that. Let's be honest, practical. What we can do is within the next 2 months, we will be in a good position. Okay, yeah. You went to Sigiriya, very good. Ascendi. Can you explain in Sinhala? Okay. The thing is, since this is an English medium class, we don't explain much in Sinhala, but if you need any help with a Sinhala explanation, let me know. I will help you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. If you don't understand something, like if you don't understand some concept and small things, if you want them to explain in Sinhala, then I can help you with that. But trust me, after like 1 month, we will do the class in English. After like 1 or 2 months, you're going to be okay. You're going to understand everything. So trust the process. Okay. Hang on, right? Yeah. Hang on tight. Somehow, within like 1 month, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, trust me, you will be okay. Right. But until then, you got to hang tight. Okay. Somehow. Right. Why did you leave the country? Good question. I'll answer that later. Okay. Yeah. Because I got a good opportunity here. Listen, nobody wants to leave the country, right? And I have my kids there in the country. They are going to school, so that's why they are not here. Otherwise, I would take them here, but they're going to school, so I don't want to disturb their school and stuff. So that's why I didn't want to leave the country, but I got a job that's paying me big money, and it is what it is, right? Like 6-7 times of the salary that I can earn in Sri Lanka. So I had to make this decision. Yeah. But I'll be back. I'll be back soon, hopefully. Yeah. Okay. We'll see you at now 8:24. We'll see you at 8:30. We have half an hour to take a good start to our first lesson. Okay, that's the plan. And in the meantime, I'm gonna share something important with you. Oh, okay. I didn't finish this yet. Work in progress. And but I made a tute for you. Okay. I couldn't finish this because very busy with the ongoing O-level badge. So next week I will give you this tute, okay, for the first lesson. So you can cover the first lesson in full. Can you all see the screen, Pute?
Yes, sir.
Don't rejoin. You stay in the class until 8:30. Only 5 minutes, right? 5 minutes will go like nothing. So this is the tutor I made, Pute, for you, right? I will show the first page here. You just read and see and tell me if you can understand, okay? After the break, yeah. Okay, so we will get started, okay, with the first lesson, yeah. So the first lesson, like I mentioned before, Pute, it is the lifestyle of our ancestors. In this lesson, we will be talking about how the way of life of our ancestors, those people who lived in the ancient times, okay. This is what we are going to learn in this lesson, okay. So people who lived in the ancient times, right, so many years ago, right, like 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, how people used to live in our country and what kind of work did they do to make a living? How did they produce their food? What kind of methods they use to produce those and stuff like that, right? We will be talking about that here, okay? Right. So before we talk about that, before we talk about the lifestyle, we will talk about the economy, right? Economy, how the economy functioned in the country. Now, the word economy can be a little heavy for you, but there's a meaning to this word economy, okay? The economy of a country means, what do you think? What is the economy of a country? Yeah?
The starting
Okay, if a country is rich,
money.
if a country is rich, the economy is good or bad?
Good.
Good, right?
Money.
Strong economy. Yeah. So USA, you know, this country USA has a strong economy. The country Japan has a strong economy. Germany has a strong economy. Sri Lanka has a yeah. Sri Lanka has what economy? Strong economy or weak economy today?
Week.
Very weak. Okay, not weak, very, very weak. Okay. That is the truth, right? But we used to have a strong economy. This is what we are going to tell you, right? We used to have a very strong economy. Now, 2000 years ago, we were rich than most of the countries in the region. We were rich. We were a very respected country. Today, we have lost all the respect and nobody cares. Sri Lanka, where is it? This is how the foreigners ask, right? I mean, if you go to US and ask somebody, do you know Sri Lanka? Sri Lanka, where? Is it a part of India? That is how they would ask. Why? Because we have lost all the respect. Why? Because we have become weak. That is why we are learning history. We are learning history to learn how good we were in the past and get an example from that. Learn from our past. Learn from the mistakes that we did in the past. So we don't want to do it again. Learn from the good things we did in the past and we can become great again. Okay, that is why we are learning these lessons. So the economy means the financial situation of a country is also part of the economy. Basically, the economy means the production of goods in the country, production and distribution of goods and services. Okay, so you have to produce goods. Let's say we are producing paddy, we are producing corn, and we are distributing. We are producing paddy, we are making rice, and we are distributing the rice. Like that, we produce so many things, and also we import so many things. We export certain things. So this whole thing and the use of money, the money also, everything is basically economy. It's like a system, okay? Producing, production and distribution of goods and services, that system is called the economy, and the use of money also, okay, are involved in it. So first let's take a look at the economy. One part of the economy is agriculture. Now our economy, like I said before, the production of goods is economy, one part of economy, and a huge part of our economy is agriculture. Okay, our country, now let's say for example Germany is this country Germany, and Germany is famous for what, Pute, mainly? Anybody? Situli?
I know, sir. What is Germany?
Yeah,
It's a country.
yeah, it is a country in Europe, right? Very developed country. What is it famous for? Tell me a few things that it's famous for. Like Sri Lanka is famous for tea. Germany is for what?
It's famous for tourism.
Tourism. Okay. Anything else? Not much. but yeah, okay. But
Sir,
famous
for
for
vehicles,
vehicles, yeah, exactly. Have you heard of these brands like Audi, BMW, Porsche, Mercedes Benz?
Yeah.
These are made in Germany, right? That's okay.
sir,
Yeah. All right.
rich musical
So,
heritage.
sorry, Bude?
Musical heritage.
Yeah, I mean, so many things are there in a country, but I'm just focusing on one important area, okay? Important area. So, Sri Lanka is tea. Yeah, Ceylon tea is very famous in the world. Many countries love to have, many people in other countries would love to have very good Sri Lankan tea. Okay? Yeah, that's a different story. We'll come to that later. What I'm saying is, um, the economy, right? Sri Lankan economy, I mean, Sri Lanka is not famous for vehicles, right? But countries in Europe are famous for industries like vehicles, machines, technology. Countries like USA famous for technology, right? Google is from USA, YouTube, Facebook, all these IT companies are from USA. Huge companies, many huge companies, high tech companies, technology companies are from USA or Japan. Um, Now China is also coming up. So those countries have a different economy. Okay, they are industrialized economies. Okay, they have different industries. Sri Lanka is not famous for technology. Sri Lanka is not famous for vehicles, but our economy was mainly based out of agriculture. Okay, we had an agricultural economy. Okay, have you heard of this single word Api Vavamu Rata Hadum? Yeah, you heard this? Yeah, Api Api Vavamu Rata Hadum. Because our economy is agriculture. Okay, from the ancient times, we are good in that because we have a good land. When we grow something, it will grow very fast. We have a good soil, fertile soil. When we grow something, it grows very fast. We can grow paddy, we can grow other various types of vegetables, yams, and stuff like that. So our economy was mainly based out of agriculture. Okay. Now I live in the Maldives now these days. So Maldives is not famous for agriculture. Maldives is famous for fishery industry. Okay, fishing. They're good in fishing. They have this tuna. For example, they export a lot of tuna. You might love this tuna called umbalakada. Yeah, in Tamil you call it masi. Yes. So basically, it's coming from Maldives. So they are good in that. Sri Lanka is good in agriculture because from the beginning, from the ancient times, we were good in that. Our economy was mainly based on that. So we grew everything, almost everything we wanted to eat. We brought from other countries what we don't have. Not mostly food items. Today it's different. Okay, those days, what I'm saying is, those days we used to grow everything that we wanted to eat, almost everything. Okay. So let's take a look at the economy now, how it functions. Here we will talk about agriculture first. How agriculture functioned in the country. Agriculture is the main part of our economy because Sri Lanka is an agricultural economy. Germany is an industrial economy. Japan is an industrial economy. They are good in electronics. They are good in vehicles. Japan. They are good in robotics technology. USA, they are good in IT related products, Apple iPhones and that computers, Mac computers, and those things. Same like that, Sri Lanka was good in agriculture from the beginning. So our economy is mainly based on agriculture. Okay, agriculture is what, Pude? Agriculture is farming and animal husbandry, growing crops, so we can eat, and animal husbandry. Those are the two parts of agriculture main. Okay, so agriculture is literally growing. Yeah, okay. So here we go. You can copy this table in your book later. Okay, yeah. So agriculture is a process of growing crops or raising animals for various needs. Okay, so that is why we divide agriculture into two parts. One is farming. Farming means growing crops, cultivating crops, yeah, for food. Then we have animal husbandry. Animal husbandry is what, Pude? Animal husbandry means raising animals or breeding animals for various uses. Okay, that means like chicken, goat, cows. Yeah, we will come to that in detail. Okay, why are we growing them? Why are we raising those animals? What are the products we can take from those animals? We'll come to that later, right? Okay, so here it should be farming only. Okay, not farming. Yes, Pude. Yes, Pude, any question? Any
Sir,
question?
do we
Anybody
have
have
to
anything?
write this?
Yeah, you can take a you can copy this, but after I explain this, okay? Yeah, because it's the same thing is there in your book as well. See, page number 1, there's a flow chart, right? I made it a little simple here. Okay, yeah, right. Under farming, Pute, we have 2 types of cultivation. I'm gonna write the first one first. Chain cultivation, and the next one will be paddy field, paddy field cultivation. Okay, yeah, or wetland cultivation. Okay, there are different names here. So chain cultivation, we will talk a little about chain cultivation before we say bye today. And paddy field cultivation, we can continue next week. We will talk a little about chain cultivation. So many things to talk about this. It will take like 40 minutes, 45 minutes to explain chain cultivation in full. So today we don't have a lot of time, but we will take a good start, right, for chain cultivation. Okay, right. So mainly in farming, farming means growing crops. Animal husbandry means taking care of animals or raising animals for different uses. Okay, you can raise animals for various purposes, right? You can raise cows for milk. You can raise buffaloes and bulls to take work. Okay, they can work in the paddy fields, or they can work in the carts, or you can make transport easy using the cows, right? The bullock carts, yeah. Gomkaratta again. So animal husbandry, the raise the cows, bulls, buffaloes, all together we call them cattle. Okay, cattle. Yeah. So you can raise cattle for various uses. You can raise buffaloes for work in the paddy field. You can raise buffalo can me harak. Yes. So you can raise buffaloes for me kiri. Who enjoys curd with honey? Yeah, you love this, right? Kiri pani. So basically, you can raise buffaloes for that. And plus, you can take work also from them, right? And then you can raise cows for milk mainly. And you can raise bulls or ox for transportation activity. So other work can also be done using them. They can also work in the paddy fields, not only buffaloes. Okay, right. Then you can rear goats. You can rearing means breeding and raising. Okay, rearing. So you can rear goats for what? What can you do with the goats if you grow goats? Yeah, what products that you can take from the goats?
Get mutton.
Ah, that is what comes with, right? Yeah, meat. Yes. Anything else?
Milk.
Milk. Yeah, goat milk. Very nutritious food, right? Better than cow milk. Goat milk is nutritious than cow milk. Yeah. Anything else? What about skin? Can you get the skin? Goat skin. You can make many things using goat skin. Yeah. Skin also. Yeah. Goat skin. So goat is very similar to sheep. So sheep skin, goat skin. Sheep skin has a lot of wool in it. Goat skin, you can make so many things using goat skin. You can make bags and you can make different equipment. You can make drums using goat skins. Yeah. So many things can be done. Then chicken. Can you? Why do you rear chicken? Why do you raise chicken?
To
To
get
get
eggs.
Get meat.
Eggs and meat. Yes.
And
Anything else?
meat.
No milk from chicken. Okay. All right. Yeah. So eggs and meat. That is the main thing, right? From chicken. Yeah. Okay. Right. So that is animal husbandry. We'll come to that later. Okay. So now farming is growing crops. Farming is cultivating crops, growing crops for food mainly. Okay, for food only, for food people, and then animal food also, right? Sometimes, yeah, that is also there, but mainly for our consumption, right? For us to eat, right? That is why we do farming, right? For to produce food for us to eat, for people to eat, right? So here we will first talk about this cultivation method, chain cultivation. Okay, chain cultivation. Now, Pute, you can read the tute when you are free. Okay, you can. This class is being recorded, so I will also share the recording of this class in the group, so you can also read it. Next week, once you are registered to this class, next week we will make a Google Drive, and in that drive we will put the tutes and the recordings, everything, so you can easily view them by clicking a link which will be put in the group description. Okay, right. So let's take like maybe 5-10 minutes extra today, because I want to finish. I want to start. We started strong. We're going to finish strong as well, right? So yeah, chain cultivation. We're going to
Excuse me,
start
sir.
this. One second, Pute. We're going to start chain cultivation today, and we're going to finish it in a strong point. Okay, that is the goal for today. Yeah. Yes, Pute.
Sir, what's the subtopic?
It is chain cultivation, Pute. Look, the topic is lifestyle of ancient and lifestyle of our ancestors. Agriculture is a subtopic. Okay, agriculture is a subtopic. It's coming under economy wise. Okay, agriculture can be the subtopic. Then farming is the subtopic. Under farming, we have two types of cultivation, right? Chain cultivation and what is the other one? Paddy field cultivation. You got it now, Budhe? Everybody understand? Yeah.
Yes.
So under agriculture, we have farming. Farming means growing crops. Under agriculture, we also have animal husbandry, meaning raising animals for various uses. And under farming, we have two methods of farming, two methods of growing crops: chain cultivation and paddy field cultivation. Okay, chain cultivation and paddy field cultivation. So, what is chain cultivation? I'm going to tell you now. Okay. So, chain cultivation means we have different names to call chain cultivation. Okay. Let me give you a few names first. Chain cultivation is sometimes called highland cultivation. Sometimes the word highland cultivation is used to call. And sometimes it's not there in your book. Some certain things are not there in your book, but I'm going to tell you, then you can make a small note of it. Okay. Sometimes it is called inland. It's like a form of inland cultivation in the land, not in. You don't see chain cultivation in the coastal areas or in the beach areas. So mostly you see chain cultivation in inlands or inside the country. Okay. So that is why sometimes the word inland cultivation is also mentioned. So mostly chain cultivation is called highland cultivation. Now, one big challenge we have to face in grade 7 is we have a lot of singular words in this syllabus. Singular words, so many singular words to learn, especially with this unit. So we are going to learn those singular words as well. Okay. So chain is an English word. Put it. Chain cultivation is an English word. The singular word for chain cultivation is hen. Okay, hen. So hen is chain, right? Hen means chain. Hen in singular, chain in English, right? And hen govitana කියන්නේ chain cultivation. Okay, govitana කියලා කියන්නේ agriculture cultivation. Okay, govitana කරනවා කියලා කියන්නේ agriculture, so farming or basically cultivating govitana. So hen govitana කියලා කියන්නේ chain cultivation. Yeah. So hen means one chain. Chain is in English. So what is a hen? What is a hen? Okay, now I'm going to tell you what is a hen. So there's a farmer who likes to do farming like you. You like to do farming, right? No? Why? Yeah. You're very lazy, right? That's why you don't want to do farming. Yeah. You don't want to stay outside in the sun and grow crops. Yeah. But you're very good at eating, right? So these farmers are growing all these crops and sending to your house. You're buying them, you're preparing, and you are eating very easy, right? Yeah, you can do it easily. Yeah, but cultivating very difficult. Okay, that is what we're going to learn here. So chain cultivation means it is done from the jungle. Okay, this is what we call chain cultivation. Now this is the oldest cultivation in the world. When the man started farming, this is the first type of farming he did. This started like 10,000 years ago. This chain cultivation started about 10,000 years ago. Okay, in the world. That is why it's the oldest form of cultivation. Okay, this is the oldest cultivation method in the world. Chain cultivation. What is the singular word? Put again. Singular word for chain?
Hena.
Hena. Yes,
Hena.
H-E-N-A. Hena. Hena. So if you know to write singular, you can write it as well. Okay, hena. Hena. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ plural. Hen කියන්නේ many chains. So hena. Hena කියලා කියන්නේ one. Okay. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ ගොඩක්. Yeah. So hena one chain. Hen කියලා කියන්නේ chains. So hen govitana chain cultivation. Got it now? Everybody understand? So hena in singular, chain in English. There are other words also. I will come to that later. Okay, little bit more singular words are there, but let me explain how chains are cultivated first. Then we will learn other words and other singular words and everything. Okay, right. So this is a form of a jungle cultivation. Okay, this is like I said, sometimes called highland cultivation. So there's a farmer. Now I want to do chain cultivation. Let's say I'm a farmer. I want to do chain cultivation. What I do, I go to the jungle. I go to the jungle, I check the jungle. I select a suitable plot of land. Let's say I'm selecting this plot. This is the whole jungle. Okay, this one, this part is the whole jungle. Everybody got it now? This is the jungle. Everybody understand? Yeah?
Yes, sir.
Jungle. This is the jungle or the woods. You have different names to call a jungle, the forest, the woods, jungle, whatever, right? So now I'm selecting this plot. Okay, I go on. I select a suitable plot. Okay, what plot I will select? Okay, with less trees, easy to prepare, easy to clean, close to my house. I will select that place, right? Easy, right? Yeah. When you want to cultivate in a place, you will select that place. You won't go inside the jungle and select. Yeah. You will select it like a little close to your house. Easy to prepare, flat land, easy to prepare for cultivation. Yeah. Okay. So you will select the plot of land first. Everybody understand? The chain farmer will first select the plot of land. Now what is the next step? Now what is the problem with this land? There are many trees, wild trees, right? Yeah, just like that. There are big trees and there are small trees like bushes. Yeah, small trees. So what are you doing next? You got to clean this land. So you will cut all these bushes and plants, wild trees and all. But you don't touch the big trees. Big trees are not normally cut. Okay. If there are big trees, they are left. They are left alone. Okay, I will tell why later. So first, what you do is you clear the area now, because when you clear the area, you can grow the crops. Yeah. So next will be, first you select the land. Next you clear the area. Okay. You use your tools, you use your knives and mammety and everything. You clear the area. Right? But big trees, you leave it. Okay. You leave the big trees alone. Why? Because they are part of the forest. And that is one reason. Okay. And if the big trees are cut, if the big trees are cut, the water springs can go dry. That is dangerous for the environment. Ancient people understood the importance of big trees. And big trees are part of the forest. So chain cultivation is done in the forest. Big trees are not cut because of that. Wild bushes and all, they can grow anytime. Nobody cares about them, no use of them, right? But big trees are useful. And also big trees can be used to make what huts, tree houses. So you can guard the chain of land in the night. Okay, we'll come to that later, right? So there are many reasons why big trees are not cut. Okay, like I said, but just remember, except the big trees, all the other wild plants and bushes, they were cut. And the area is now clear or cleaned. The area is cleared now. Now this is the land I selected to cultivate my crops. Okay, from the jungle. The rest of the jungle, okay, there are animals in this. Let them live peacefully. And I am gonna farm in this area. I'm a chainer farm. This is my house. Okay. Yeah, right. 1 kilometer from the house to the chainer farm. Okay, right. All right. So example, right? These are examples. Don't take it serious. Okay, right. So what is the next step? Now I selected the land, I cleared the area. The next step will be setting fire to this land. Setting fire to the land. Why are we setting fire to this? When you set fire to the cut bushes, you know, the bushes, wild plants, you don't need them, right? So they will go dry in a day or two, and then you can set fire to it. Why do you set fire to them? When you set fire to these bushes, they become ashes, right? They become soot. Yeah, they become ashes, right? So this ash is very good for the soil. This ash contains carbon. So when you mix the ash with the soil becomes very rich or fertile, as we call it in English. Then the crops will grow very fast. Why? Because of the ashes. Okay. So if you are doing any farming, any small farming or something like that in your house, you might have seen this. Sometimes, you know, your mom will put some ashes to the plants. Have you seen it? Yeah. Have you seen it, anybody? Yes. Sometimes, you know, you can mix the soil with ash. That makes the soil very rich, very fertile. You don't need fertilizer. You don't need pohora one in it. You know, with the alu, when you mix alu with the soil, pas ek alu mix karam, it becomes very, very rich. Okay. So that is the main purpose. So before you set fire to this land, there might be animals hiding inside those cut bushes, right? There will be animals, right? Innocent animals like rabbits, porcupines, maybe small animals, right? Squirrels. Yeah. So you got to chase those animals before you set fire. But otherwise, the animals will also get killed, right? Innocent animals are there in the jungle. Some animals are wild animals, like dangerous animals. Some animals are innocent as well, right? Okay. All animals are innocent. Basically, we only made them very, you know, all animals are literally innocent. I mean, if we don't harm them, they don't harm us. Yeah, you got to understand that. So here, because we want to make a living, we are doing this, right? We want food. That is why we are cultivating chain land, right? Okay. So before you set fire to the land, you shout and go around the land, the farmer, to chase the wild animals who might be hiding inside those bushes away. Okay. So after that, you set fire to the land. Before that, you don't, because animals might get killed. So imagine, think, the ancient people, they thought about the environment. They also thought about the innocent creatures like animals. Okay, they did not harm the environment. They did not harm the animals. Okay. So once that process is over, once the land is set on fire, then now the land is ready almost. Okay. Now the next step will be tilling the land. Tilling the land means tilling a land means turning the soil upside down. You till the land. Turning the soil upside down. You can use a mammoty to do that. So turning the soil upside down means the ashes will go under the soil, right? When you turn up, because ashes will be on top, right? So you can turn it. Then now that is preparing the land for cultivation. Okay. So once you have tilled the land, you prepare the chain land for cultivation. Now the chain land is ready for cultivation. Okay. So I told you a few things here, mainly 4 steps. One is selecting a suitable land from the jungle. Second step is clearing the land from these wild plants and bushes. Third step is setting fire to the land. Before setting fire, you shout and chase the wild animals who are hiding maybe. And the fourth step is you till the land, you turn the soil upside down, till the land and prepare the land for cultivation. Everybody got it, Pude? That is the process of preparing a chain of land. Okay. Now you can grow your crops there, right? Now the chain of land is ready. Now this is a very fertile chain of land. This is a newly prepared chain of land from a fresh plot from the jungle. You go to the jungle, you select a fresh area in the jungle and you cleared it, you set fire and you did everything you want to do. And now it is ready for cultivation. Now this type of a chain of land in English or in Sinhala is called Navadali Hena. In English, we call it a virgin chain of land. Okay, so this is a virgin land. Virgin chain of land. And in Sinhala, you have to remember this word Navadali Hena. Navadali Hena. Okay, Navadali Hena. Navadali Hena.
Navadali.
The mainly the meaning of this Navadali Hena means Nava means put a new, Dali means put the ashes. Okay, when you burn, you have ashes. So after burning, you have these ashes. No? So Navadali Hena means newly prepared chain of land after setting fire to it. Okay, after setting fire to it. So Navadali Hena is the word to remember. Virgin chain of land is the English word. Okay, a newly prepared chain of land like this after setting fire is called the virgin chain of land. Okay. Now you cultivate crops in this land. What are the crops you cultivate, Pude? We have a lot to learn. A lot of crops were cultivated. I have also mentioned them in this tute. And you can read the tute when you are free, not in class. When you are at home, you can freely read the tute and come to the next class. Before the next class, I will upload the tute. Anyway, you don't have to read the tute before coming to the class. It's fine. You can read the tute after the class also. No problem. Okay. But during the class, you focus on what we are telling you. Okay. Then you can understand. When you understand, you remember. When you remember, you don't forget. Yeah. Okay. So in order to remember, you need to understand. In order to understand, you need to listen. Okay. So when we explain something in the class, you listen, then you understand, then you remember. And if you have any questions, please ask. Okay. You can raise your hand and ask, or when I give you time, you can ask, right? Okay. So here you can see a photo of the chain of land, Pute. Can you see? I put a photo here from Google. Can you all see, Pute? Confirm? Yeah, this is a photo of a chain of land. Can you see this? What is this? It's a tree house?
A watch
tree.
hut.
Yes.
Watch
A
hut.
watch
Yeah.
hut.
Yeah, it's a watch hut. Yeah, kind of like a tree house, right? Yeah, it's small one, like a hut mostly. So this is the chain of land. Yeah, you can see this area is the chain of land. So where crops are cultivated. Now this is like kind of abandoned. So this is not, I don't see anything cultivated here. Yeah. So yeah, it's like kind of, just after cultivating, I think. Yeah. But this is just to give you an idea. I just put this photo so you can have an idea. Okay. Right. Many other things to learn as well. So here we spoke about this one today, how to prepare chain of land. So these steps are, I believe, very clear. Everybody should be able to write these steps in order. Okay. And we also learned about these words like Navadali Hena. And Navadali Henas are very fertile, okay, very rich soil, and anything will grow very fast in those lands. Okay. So before we say bye for today, we will also learn a few crops that were cultivated in chain lands. Okay. A few crops. We will repeat this again next week. So what are the crops that were cultivated in chain lands? So chain lands, we don't cultivate paddy in chain lands. We don't cultivate rice in chain lands. But there was other types of paddy like similar to rice that was cultivated. But mainly we cultivated different grams, different grains in chain lands. Okay. So anybody have tasted Kurakkan? Kurakkan? Yeah, Kurakkan is a grain,
Yes, sir.
right? It's a cereal
Yes.
grain.
Yes,
Kurakkan is
sir.
a very, very, very nutritious grain. Yeah. So you can make so many things with Kurakkan, right? Kurakkan halapa,
Yes.
Kurakkan talapa. Kurakan kanda, porridge, kanji, yeah, as you call it. So Kurakan bread, Kurakan roti. You can literally make like it's also like wheat. Okay, with wheat you can make so many things. Similarly, with Kurakan also you can make so many things. Okay. So Kurakan is one of the main crops that were cultivated in those Chena lands. Okay. Kurakan. Then we also have Meneri. Meneri is also very similar to Kurakan. So Meneri today we don't use much. Kurakan still we are using a lot. Okay, today like especially those who are sick and all, they are advised to take Kurakan because Kurakan is a very nutritious, good food. Yeah, like very good for your health. So for Kurakan Pute we call it finger millet. Finger millet. There's a small spelling error here. I'll correct it. So finger millet. Yeah, finger millet is the English word for Kurakan. Millet means meneri. Meneri is another type of crop. Okay. Then mungata. Green gram is the English word for mungata. So mungata was cultivated in these chain of farms. Long beans or mackerel. Do you like mackerel? Anybody? Long one, long thin one, beans.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, mackerel. Then paspalum is another type of plant. Ginger, ginger, inguru. Mustard, abba. These kind of things, these type of crops were also cultivated in the Chena lands. Then another type of paddy, a small paddy, type of paddy is called LV. LV is another type of paddy, but not like normal rice, smaller than that. So LV was cultivated in Chena lands. Sesame or thala. Thala was cultivated in Chena lands. Who loves thala karali, thala guli? Anybody? Thala karali? Anybody loves
Yes,
thala
sir.
karali? No. Yeah. So sesame is cultivated in Chena lands. Cotton and sugar cane. Cotton and sugar cane also cultivated. Okay. Sugar cane is ook. Yeah. Sugar cane is how you basically produce the sugar. So sugar cane is the favorite food of an animal. Anybody can tell me? There's one animal. Sugar cane is its favorite.
Panda.
Sorry?
Panda.
Elephant. Yeah. Elephant. Okay. I'm sorry?
Your panda's favorite food is bamboo.
Panda also? Okay. Yeah. I mean, in Sri
Panda's
Lanka,
favorite food is bamboo.
bamboo, right? Panda loves bamboo. Yeah. Yeah. Bamboo. Yes. Maybe sugarcane also. But elephant pute, when he sees sugarcane, right? When the elephant sees sugarcane, it's like you see a chocolate cake inside your fridge. Yeah. How you look at it? When you see the chocolate cake, nobody's just imagine you have a China land full of sugarcane. Okay. Now the elephant is coming in the night. Nobody in the China land. It's like everybody in your house went out and you have this chocolate cake inside the fridge. Yeah. How you look at it, right?
Yes.
Open the fridge and like that. Look at, same like that. Elephant will look at the sugar cane like that. Okay. Yeah. It's gonna eat it. So then vegetables. Various types of vegetables were also grown in China lands like pumpkin, wattaka, pumpkin, brinjal, then Wambatu, yeah. Ash pumpkin is alupohul. So various types of pumpkins and vegetables were grown in China lands. And yams, okay, ala kila kyanne in Sinhala, yams which are growing under the ground. They are also cultivated on China lands. Innala, batala, manyokka. Innala is a small type of ala. Innala and Kiriala is also there. Kiriala is even smaller. Innala, Kiriala, Batala, Manyokka, these kind of yams were also cultivated in China lands. Okay, you have a question now. What is this crop? What do you think this crop is here? Anybody?
Rice.
Think. This is rice? This one? We just told you.
Kurakan.
Yeah, exactly. Kurakan. Okay. So this is the Kurakan plant in a China land. And this is Kurakan, the grains. Okay. Looks like rice, right? It is also a grain. That is why it looks like rice. Ratuhal again, but it's smaller than that. So that is Kurakan for you. Okay, so you can fill in the blanks once you get the tute printed, and you can copy the chart in page number 1 on your book for understanding better. So today we took a start to chain a land. I believe that's enough for one day. And next week we're going to continue from here. And we're going to finish a big part of this lesson next week because we
Excuse
don't
me,
have
sir.
introduction
Do we
next
have
week.
to write the introduction thing?
No need, Putha. You can read it, no? You can read it and you can understand, right? We will write what is necessary, okay? Yeah, we will write especially important points and questions. And no need to copy the tute. But if you want to, let's say, for example, if you want to remember certain parts in a tute, right? This one, for example, here, see, I have highlighted this part, right? I put it in a box, right? Can you see how to prepare chain a land? This you can write it on your notebook, okay? Because when you write, you can remember better as well. So once you read, you can also write it. You can change the words, use your own words. It's okay. So you can remember better. So we will take notes like that. Not so many notes, but yeah, whenever, whatever we want to remember, we will write them. Okay. Important things. Okay, now, Budhe. Any other questions, Budhe? We will answer your questions, if any, next week. I hope you enjoyed the lesson today. Everybody understood the lesson, Budhe?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Budhe.
Sir,
Yeah.
will you send these tutes?
I will send the tute, Budhe. Like there's some more to complete for me in this tute. So once it is done, I will send you maybe around Monday or Tuesday. I will upload it. Okay. Yeah. So for now, you can watch the recording. I will upload the recording today.
Excuse me, sir.
So you can go through
Excuse
that.
me, sir.
Okay? Yep. Yep.
Excuse me,
You
sir.
have
Do we have
to draw that chart.
Yes. You can draw that chart so you can remember. Yeah. You won't
Okay,
forget,
sir.
no?
Thank
Yeah.
you.
No problem.
Excuse me, sir. Is the chart named the introduction?
No. It's okay. You can put the topic. You can put the topic and you can put the subtopic agriculture. Under that, you can put the chart. Okay. Because this is the parts of agriculture, right? In page number 1, you have the chart is part of agriculture, right? So under the subtopic agriculture, you can write it. Okay. Got it? What is my YouTube channel? You can type in YouTube, just type O-level history English. You can see my YouTube channel. Yeah. We have like almost 3,000 subscribers now. I think not enough, but yeah. For those who love history, they subscribe my channel.
Sir, can you please say the channel's name again?
Which name, Puthe? Channel's name? It's O-level history English. Just type O-level history English in YouTube. My videos will come at the top. Yeah. Any other questions, Puthe? From today's lesson, anything? Anything you didn't understand? Any other things one Putha asked? If I can explain in Sinhala, I think he also understood. Who is that? He also understood. I think if you have anything, any areas that are difficult to understand, after 1 or 2 months, you're gonna get used to it. Don't worry. Okay. Yeah. You're gonna be fine. You just keep your focus and work a little hard. You will be fine. Okay. Yeah. I like to do fishing. Oh, okay. All right. You should come to Maldives. Situli, okay, no, Budhe? All right. You had a question, no? That copying the chart thing. Okay, I'm just reading that. I saw that before as well. Okay, thanks for subscribing my channel. A few students already subscribed. All right. Thank you so much for joining today. We will continue the lesson next week. We will start strong next week. We're going to finish chain cultivation and we're going to discuss paddy cultivation. We are
Sir,
also
can you
going to
tell the
discuss animal
YouTube
husbandry.
channel name again?
O-level history English. Easy, no? Anybody can remember. Just type O-level history English. Yeah. Okay, but I will see you next week. Take care. Bye bye. God bless you. Have a good night. If you have any questions, put in the group. We have a group, no? You can put it in the group as well. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the group. Okay?
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you, Pute. Bye.
Thank you, sir.
See you all. Bye.
Bye,
God bless.
sir.
Good night. Bye. God
Bye.
bless you. Bye. Bye. Bye.